Dating is hard in your 30s. I wouldn't recommend it. You gotta deal with ghosting, which is when the person you're dating actually turns out to be a ghost from the Victorian era, which happens a lot if you have anything in your Tinder profile about Jane Austen, horses, or anything related to Johnny Depp. You also gotta deal with catfishing, which is when the person you're dating says they work at SeaWorld, but they actually work at Red Lobster, and now the threesome with the dolphin isn't going to happen. You know, now that I'm in my 30s, I look for different things while dating. For instance, steady employment, super sexy. Yeah, girl, show off that 401k with that sexy compounding interest. Hey, girl, you got dental benefits with that job? Because you got a nice smile. Hey, girl, did you fall from heaven? Because it looks like your health insurance covers that. It also helps you if you have similar interests while dating. For instance, I read in 1984 the book about a gaslighting fascist regime, not for school but for fun, because it's less depressing than the actual news. I know. Now, another example. Generally speaking, I prefer fortune cookies over astrology, because if someone is going to lie to me about my future, it better come with either a cookie or thousands of dollars in student loan debt. That, and generally speaking, astrology is religion in a trench coat, and as a recovering Catholic, I try and stay away from the stuff, for the health benefits, of course. And also it helps if you have similar tastes in food while dating. For instance, a vegan dating the vampire from Twilight gonna have a hard time finding a restaurant they both like, unless you're in Portland, because even our vampires here are vegan. Of course, the most important thing when dating is that the other person has a favorite Star Trek captain.
Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah, I can tell you're all huge Star Trek fans. The reason why, doesn't matter who it is, Picard, Janeway, Kirk, whoever. Thank you, Picard, yeah. It's because watching every episode of Star Trek is a commitment. Which is why my bedsheets are the blueprints of the Starship Enterprise. That's not a joke either. I literally chose the nerdiest bedsheets I could find, because if a woman will sleep with me on blueprints of the Starship Enterprise, she's a keeper. Man, you guys really like the Starship Enterprise. Deep Space Nine is great, thank you, yes. Now, of course, it also generally helps, speaking of sci-fi, you ever notice how in a lot of sci-fi and fantasy, racism against aliens as non-humans is just kind of accepted? In fact, it's the only time you can start a sentence with, I don't want to be a racist, but, and not be a terrible person. Because normally when someone starts a sentence with, I don't want to be a racist, but, it's your drunk uncle who won't tell you where he was during January 6th about to ruin another Thanksgiving. For instance, I don't want to be racist, but Vulcans from Star Trek are cold and unemotional, good at math, and damn sexy like Spock. Now, I don't want to be racist, but if the evil orcs from Lord of the Rings move into the neighborhood, they're probably going to bring down property values. Now, I don't want to be racist, but this alien has acid for blood, multiple mouths, implants its young into human hosts, so there's a good chance they have rich parents. In this case, a literal alien queen. And now I'm imagining Netflix The Crown, but with bloodthirsty alien monsters that are somehow nicer than the British. Because even aliens with acid for blood are nicer than rich white people. All right, my name is Trevor Latal. My YouTube channel is Smart Aleck Comedy. And remember, sex is always better in a Starfleet uniform.
Sir, I know this may finish me as an acting ensign, but...
Shut up, Wesley.